Janet with Try It Like It Created, and today what we're going to be doing is making our own little bead tool, like this one that you can get at the Dollar Tree. But the balls on the end are quite small, and I want something a little bit larger than that. And so instead of investing money into buying some of these tools, I'm going to make my own. And so what I have here are some pens that don't work anymore. And so what I have done is I have just taken the pen part out. You just take a pair of pliers and grab onto it, and you can pull this end off. And so these are like a Bic style pen, I believe. So you take the pen and the end tip off. If you can get this end off, you want to do that as well. Now these are somehow glued or attached in here, and so what I did with mine was I heated the end and got it to indent enough to hold my bead in place. So you want to be careful doing this because you know, if the plastic smokes, it's not good for you to breathe that, so you want to be very careful doing something like this. The other thing you could do would be like take a Dremel tool and drill into it, but the easiest solution would be to grab a pen that the end cap comes off of. So once you have your tubes empty, then you can attach your bead pieces. And I just went over to my jewelry area and pulled out 2 different size glass beads that I want to use. So what I'm going to do here is use some quick grip from Beacon, and it's similar to like super type glue. And so I'm just going to go around the edge here to make sure I can hold my bead in place. And so I can be a little bit generous with this. Okay. And then I'm going to take my bead that I want on this end, which is going to be this larger bead, and I'm going to look for the holes, and I'm going to put the holes to the side so that I have a nice round smooth surface for it to you know, work with. So there's the first one, and I'm just going to now let that dry overnight. And then on the other end, because you know, why waste the space if you have both ends? So I am going to put the smaller bead into this space. And once again, finding the holes and seating that into the divot that I made. Now this glue is grabbing really nicely, and I was thinking originally that I would have to put some tape on here to hold them in place, but it is, you know, doing a really nice job of grabbing it quickly, holding it in place. I'm just giving it some pressure here with my thumbs and fingers so that it's seated well in its place, and then I'm just going to set this off to the side and let it dry overnight. It has been more than 24 hours since I made my own beaded roller, I guess that's what I call it. And so now we're just going to try it out. So I have some flowers here that I wanted to work on, and so I'm just going to turn these over, and on the back I'm just going to go into the petals and get them to turn down before I work the center of the bottom part of this flower. And then I'm just going to switch over to my larger bead here and work in the center so that curves up like so. And that worked really well. So making your own works just as well as buying some, and of course it's a lot less expensive, especially if you have, you know, the materials on hand. This was a pen that ran out of ink, or the ink dried up. 2 glass beads, and then some epoxy type glue on the ends. And so yeah, I'm very happy with the results here, and I am just gonna finish working on getting this all together here. And for this little guy here in the center, I don't know, this bead might be, yeah, it's good. It's small enough to get that center. And then I'm going to drop a gem inside. So there is my bead tool that I made and the flower that I made using it.